like, pass up the opportunity to not make, money or whatever the situation is. But I've been doing it for this long, and all of a sudden now Canelo want to fight. So I was just like, this motivated me to get myself back together, and that's what I'm doing. So I got myself back together, and let my brother have his outings with Canelo, and I pray for him, and I wish him the best, and him and his family, and sometimes you gotta part ways for somebody to get stronger. And then once he finally realized where I'm at, and he can see how strong I am, we'll link up, we'll connect like we always did. Well, at this time, I could be a distraction to my brother. And I don't want to be like those guys that was around me that didn't know me, for real, that thought they knew me because we were friends and buddies and I'm taking care of all the tabs. Now they not around. I don't want that to be. I don't want to be that type of person to my brother. I want him to stay focused. I want him to train hard as he can. Don't worry about what I got going on. I'll be there for you. You know I'm there for you. And fight your hardest.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was the voice of undefeated two-division world champion, former unified junior middleweight world champion, now the reigning WBC middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jermell Lions Only Charlo, who is 32 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. Jermell Charlo sends his identical twin brother, who is 3-time junior middleweight world champion, is the undisputed junior middleweight world champion, who is widely considered top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, in Jermell Charlo, who is 35 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. He sends him a heartfelt, warming message. They have been going through a lot of public spats, as we have seen, but obviously they're identical twin brothers. They have a lot of love and respect for one another. And, they came out the womb together. They entered this world together, okay? And so they want the best for each other. And obviously, we know publicly there has been, little comments made towards one another. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, they are still brothers. And so with that said, Jermall Charlo is sending his heartwarm well wishes to his brother Jamel Charlo, who fights tonight in the biggest fight of his career, and the biggest fight of his life for his career, as Jermell Charlo is going to take on 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is the undisputed super middleweight world champion and widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing, in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez is 59 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age as well, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. So with that said, Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo, they're going to fight tonight, September 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. And Jermell Charlo is jumping up 2 weight classes from 154 to 168 to challenge Canelo Alvarez. Now, many people thought when Canelo Alvarez signed with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, Showtime President of Sports Steven Espinosa, that Jermall Charlo was going to be the fight that Canelo Alvarez chose, because Jermell Charlo is slightly bigger. He's a half-inch taller, half-inch arm reach advantage, and he fights a weight class above. Now, they both, as a matter of fact, all 3 guys campaigned at 154 at one point in time. But then eventually Jermall Charlo moved up, Canelo Alvarez moved up, Jermell Charlo stayed at junior middleweight. And it was a wide speculation that the chosen person to fight Canelo Alvarez, as Canelo Alvarez, the A side, again, as I stated, he's widely considered the face of the sport of boxing. So Canelo Alvarez does the choosing. So it was expected that he chose Jermall Charlo, the bigger of the 2, right, who fights a weight class above, since Canelo fights at 168. But Jermell Charlo, he came out and he stated that he was always the one that was going to be chosen. But Jermall Charlo is hinting at and giving an indication that Canelo Alvarez was choosing Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo campaigns at 160 pounds, but he hasn't fought in 2 years. The last time he fought was June of 2021. And so hence the reason why Jermall Charlo was saying all these years, I tried to fight Canelo when we was at 154 in the unification bout. He opted not to take the fight. I tried to fight Canelo Alvarez, became his mandatory at 160 at middleweight, and he opted to vacate the belt. Hence the reason Jermall Charlo was elevated to the WBC super champion and still is the champion. And he stated that, now he waits until I'm inactive. He sees I'm going through public issues. He sees that I'm going through personal issues in the public. And now he wants to choose me because he feels like I'm the weak link. And so I passed the buck off to my brother. And I chose, because I'm going through a lot in my personal life and dealing with a lot in my own issues, I chose not to be a distraction, because I'm going to be a distraction at this point in time to my brother, and we're going through a lot, and I don't want to be like the people I had around me that I had to get rid of from around me, when I was always the guy picking up the tab. I was always the guy that was paying for everything, and I had a lot of so-called friends around me. I don't want to be that distraction for my brother in the biggest fight in the biggest time in his career, right? Uh, and again, we know that Jermell Charlo, he stated that he hasn't talking to Jermall this entire time. He hasn't, been in contact, and their relationship has been a little bit, separated at this current time. And Jamel even stated that, that's part of the reason why he may not be so aggressive in the build-up in the press conference for this fight with Canelo, because he don't have the energy of Jermall around him. And he indicated that, Jermall could be, his motivational factor when it comes to having that such a high energy. And Jermall Charlo, nobody expected him to show up. Jermall Charlo was even sent by well-renowned Hall of Fame trainer Ronnie Shields to go and link up with legendary, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer who is an icon of Jermall Charlo's, and Roy Jones Jr. moved from Houston, Texas to Florida, relocate and get his life together. There was a big fight between Jermall Charlo and Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, we know, slapped Jermall Charlo at the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence weigh-in and fight. And then Jermall Charlo's significant other and Jermell Charlo's significant other got into a physical altercation. And things just, started snowballing, escalating. And Jermall Charlo decided that, it's time to go into hibernation, essentially, and get everything together. And again, as you see, he's sending this heartfelt message to Jermell Charlo, right? And then he decided to show up to the weigh-in. And it was told to me that Jermell Charlo wasn't even aware that Jermall Charlo was going to come. It was a complete surprise. So he surprised Jermell Charlo by coming to the weigh-in. And as Jermall Charlo stated, it's my brother, it's my blood, it's my, they're connected at the hip. You understand? They came into this world out the womb together. And so, he said, I'm definitely going to be there for him. I just don't want to be a distraction. This is, again, another indication that Jermall Charlo is on the right track to getting his life back together. And not to mention, Jermall Charlo has a fight coming up in November, as he's going to fight against Jose Benavidez Jr. On the undercard of Jose Benavidez Jr. little brother, David Benavidez, the Mexican Ecuadorian monster, is he's going to face off against Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. And Jermall Charlo is going to make his ring return in November against Jose Benavidez Jr. So that's great news, for the two, and so with that said, we're going to get Jermall Charlo back on track, and the more the merrier. He's a great talent within the sport of boxing, and this is a heartfelt message to his brother, Jermell Charlo, as he's heading into the biggest fight of his career. And this is a great motivation for Jermell Charlo. This is the positive energy that he may need to just get him over the hump in this fight. So, again, Jermell Charlo is very talented, very skilled. I have him top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world. He's 3.5 inches taller than Canelo, 3.5-inch arm reach advantage over Canelo. He has power. He can box. He can move. He's athletic. He has all the tools to beat Canelo. Obviously, he's just jumping up a few weight classes to challenge Canelo, but nonetheless, he has the opportunity to beat Canelo and have an opportunity to do something that's a very short list. He'd be the second guy to become undisputed in 2 separate weight classes, only behind Terrence Bud Crawford, who just recently did it in July. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.